Hello, 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 human anatomy and physiology students. We're going to take a short set of notes here on the characteristics of maintaining life in relation to the body systems of the human. So let's go. Bring it. So what is necessary for life in a complex organism? Humans are complex organisms, the most complex organism in the world. All right, so one thing that's needed is maintaining boundaries, meaning that your internal environment has to be separate from the external environment. All right, that has to do with homeostasis, which we'll get to in a little bit. An example would be the integumentary system that protects and encloses the body. It protects it from what? Protects organs from drying out, protects from bacteria getting in, protects from chemicals in the air, protects from sunlight, UV radiation destroying your internal organs, protects you from heat because you sweat. All these things are through the integumentary system, or the skin system. And this picture here is pretty cool. This is a picture of skin magnified a great majority through an SEM. An SEM stands for Scanning Electron Microscope. So check out all the little wrinkles that are in the skin there. You see some pores here with some hairs coming through. It's a pretty neat picture. Now, another thing complex organisms do is move. And movement's necessary for life for us. And we move through muscular contraction. And you can see here another picture from an SEM. This is a muscle fiber, really up close. And the skeleton and the muscular system work together to allow movement. It's the framework for muscles to attach, and it creates leverage and different types of levers. Responsiveness is another key. The ability to sense change or stimuli in the environment and respond to it. All right, example, touch a hot stove, pull your hand away. That's the nervous system being involved. All right, really hot outside. You got to start sweating. That's the skin and other systems involved. All right, so these responses to stimuli in our environment are another thing that help complex organisms stay alive. Digestion, breaking down of ingested foodstuffs. That is a technical definition that your textbook uses. Ingested foodstuffs. Two simple molecules that can be absorbed into the bloodstream. You get the nutrients from your food through the small intestine. It goes through the wall of the small intestine into your bloodstream. And then once whatever's not used in that way goes to the large intestine and it is then passed out for excretion. And that's how you kind of get your nutrients through nutrition. A little more to it, but that's pretty good. Metabolism is the process of breaking down substances. So metabolism helps with the process of digestion. And this picture down below here, what we're looking at here is the lining of a small intestine. This is called microvilli that will help push and pull food particles all the way through the digestive system. Another thing that's absolutely essential for living for an organism is excretion. You have to get rid of stuff you don't use. So we do that here. In order to maintain life, organisms need to reproduce. Organisms have to make more organisms or there won't be any organisms left. All right, so we have to make these organisms. For example, humans make more humans. Pufferfish make more pufferfish. Sponges make more sponges. Sand cannot make more sand. Sand is not living. So organisms that are alive have to reproduce to keep the organism going. So what type of cells reproduce in us? All types. Skin cells, when you get an injury, gets cut, they reproduce, get scabs. Sex cells, mostly in males. Blood cells, and many more. And this picture here is sperm cells magnified through the SEM, again, the Scanning Electron Microscope. Another key to complex organisms is growth. Growth, either increase in size of a body part or increase in the organism in general. Cells grow and divide all the time, and we'll get to a little bit of that when we get to the cell unit. So a question always arises, why do we need to drink so much water? Why do we need to drink water to survive? Well, humans are 60 to 80% of our body weight is water. All right, we have lots and lots of water inside of our body. I think it's closer to 60, but your textbook uses 60 to 80. It's the most abundant chemical in our body. So why do we need water? What does water do for us? Well, water helps with chemical reactions. All chemical reactions in the body need to have water there to help it. Body secretions and excretions need to have a watery base. If you didn't have water, it would be very difficult for any excretion to get out, including sweating, including solid waste, including liquid waste. None of that stuff will be able to get out on its own, and it will be really difficult to get rid of anything toxic. Well, that's all we got for now. That's just the basic things on what allows organisms that are very complex to be alive. All right, take care.